Hello Digidestins, this is Kyle D, better known as Ridemyavatar, and today I'm bringing you 5 deck profiles for you to check out for the color of black. It won the polls again. Everybody has decided that black was the deck they wanted to see for this coming format of BT-5. So guys, let's dive right into the deck profile and see what we can bring forwards, right? So let's dive. So first deck, of course, we're going to bring the good but oldie back. So first off, we do have Diaboromon in here. So while this Digimon has reboot, it gains 1000 DP. Again, giving power to our mons that have reboot, that could also gain jamming and extra stuff, is just super good because, again, being able to swing into stuff and be out of our opponent's range is really nice. Next, we have Diaboromon. While this Digimon has blocker, 1000 DP. So it's its other form, being able to go for the blocker end is nice. So either way, when our Ragnalordmon goes up, it'll be a 15k attacker, even if we don't get the jamming in it. So next we have Toy Agumon with reboot. So with reboot, giving it as is inheritable is just really nice. It's a 3 play cost, but again, it's just there to be a quick evolution right into our champion to have reboot. Next we have Ridemyavatar. So when on play, reveal the top 5 cards of your deck, add 1 Ragnalord Digimon and 1 Digimon card with legendary arms in its type from among them to your hand. Place the remaining cards at the bottom of your deck. What's really nice is that if, let's say, you grab the Ragnalordmon, if you reveal 2 Ragnalordmons, you can grab them because Ragnalordmon also has the legendary arm condition. So being able to +2 on 2 Ragnalordmons or +2 on a legendary arm and a Ragnalordmon is just really nice. Or if you just see a legendary arm, just +ing 1 is just fantastic. Just really good, even if you just see 1 Ragnalordmon. Also, Toy Agumon is this. At the end of the opponent's turn, if your opponent didn't attack you with a Digimon this turn, trigger, draw 1. So really nice is being able to, once we have Ragnalordmon on the board, it sits there and your opponent gets hesitant to swing because they can't get over it. So they will be passing and drawing you cards. This is another option to be underneath there if you're going for the Ragnalord line. Having it just so that Ragnalordmon will block most things will definitely win. Next, you have Numamon. Again, in here for the 3 play cost and a 1 cost evolution. Again, it's a quicker way. If they give you a bunch of memory, you could just play Numamon, Digivolve up all the way to Ragnalordmon if they give you like 10. So again, definitely a play. Next, we have Greymon. While this Digimon has reboot, it gains jamming. So again, we really like to give our mons jamming because being able to swing in and only have to worry about options is a good thing. Next, we have Dark Tyrannomon, blocker. Again, lose 2 memory when attacking. That's all fine and dandy. It's a 1 cost evolution. That's all we care about. Next, we do have MetalGarurumon with reboot. Again, being able to put it underneath the Greymon, giving it jamming, swing in, but it has a really nice inheritable, giving your Digimon with reboot an extra security attack. Being able to give the extra security attack, it's just super good. Again, being able to check 2 with jamming just really does help out, but also with Ragnalordmon, it goes even further and more devastating. Next, we have Mumsymon, a brand new card from the set. Again, a lot of these cards you're just seeing like, okay, we're just not seeing a bunch of new cards, we're seeing a lot of old cards. Well, it's an old deck. So Mumsymon is a 2 cost evolution, 6000 DP. Again, quick evolutions to cheat in so that you can climb depending on your opponent's situation. Let's say they give you like 10 memory, you can just play a Numamon down, evolve into a Mumsymon for 2. So that's plus then you can go into, let's say, MetalGarurumon. MetalGarurumon is really nice, or we can go into Ragnalordmon. Anything that would be 3 costs, just quickly remove some stuff. Again, really it's here for the MetalGarurumon line, but again, that's all that is. Next, let's talk about Ragnalordmon. Ragnalordmon's in here to give the inheritable blocker and also for Ragnalordmon's free evolution. Next, we do have MetalGarurumon reboot. When this Digimon Digiburst 2, Digiburst 2, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with play cost 6 or less. If a Digimon was not deleted by this effect, trash the top card of opponent's security stacks. Really important, being able to remove our opponent's security stacks, because if we can, they're no longer valid for their options, especially against security control, which is very prevalent, because again, you can Digivolve Digiburst 2, just delete the top and just slowly chip away and not have to worry about their options. Next, we do have Diaboromon. Because Diaboromon has piercing, it's really nice being able to give our Mon pierce right through everything. Ragnalordmon's, of course, the ace of the deck. Security +1, reboot, and when Digivolving, you may place one Diaboromon Ragnalordmon or from your hand on top of this card's Digievolution sauce, and you gain 3 memory. Again, as long as they don't have like a Terriermon out, you're quite fine, to be honest. Ragnalordmon is just really good. And again, like, you want to have MetalGarurumon and Greymon underneath it, so it's just checking 3 checks or more, depending on how many ties you have out. And then you just clear out 4 security, maybe 5. It just, in one swing, and your opponent just cringes and cries. Next, we do play Ultra Rest in here for triggered Digievolution 1 on all your opponent's Digimon. Again, if you have no Digievolution cards or becomes a level 3, you can't Digivolve anymore. Then delete all your opponent's Digimon with 5,000 or less DP, and when attacking, you can bring a level 6 back to hand to reset everything back up and make it so it's unblockable for the turn. Next, we do have Omnimon X Antibody in here. You might be wondering, why are we playing this? Well, we do have Alter S and Thwart Defeat in the deck, so we can have it as a one-shot evolution that we can go up to. So again, it's really good because when attacking, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with less than or equal to DP, and then during your opponent's Digimon's attack, you may trash 2 cards from this Digimon to end the attack. Really does help out in the long run, because again, being able to negate an attack is just super important, especially depending on how many you have. You can negate up to 3. So next, we do have Thwart Defeat. So again, this card comes in really clutch in this deck because this attacking Digimon cannot win in security. If it reveals it battles a Digimon, it play this card without paying its memory cost, and the battle completely doesn't do anything more. So again, they didn't lose them on, but you get this thing out, and it has a really nice on Digievolution, delete one of your opponent's Tamers, and on deletion, delete one of your opponent's Digimon. So again, if they kill it or it dies, again, you trade pretty much 1-for-1 for that. Next, we do have Tai Kamiya. So start of your turn, if you have 2 or less memory, set it to 3. All your red Digimon gain security +1 as long as they have 4 or more evolutions. Ragnalordmon achieves that quite easily. Next, let's talk about MetalGarurumon. So this is a more focused around MetalGarurumon build. So again, we are playing the Diaboromon line, one that if it has reboot, which we will have more reboot, will gain 1000 DP. Next, we do have Diaboromon for the fact of 1000 DP. Next, we do play Toy Agumon for the reboot to guarantee that our Mons will gain off the Diaboromon. Again, we also play the 2-drop Commandramon, which is all nice and dandy. Next, we do have Blocker Agumon from the trial deck, just because it's a really nice blocker. Again, you can play whatever you prefer at that point. It's not a big deal. Next, we have Toy Agumon for the same reason. If we can get a Mon out that they don't want to swing with, or we cleared out their board heavy enough, this card will just constantly draw us cards. And again, that's the thing, because they can't swing if they don't have Rush. Next, we have Numamon. In the fact of the matter is a 1-cost evolution. Really good. Next, we have Greymon. While this Digimon has reboot, it gains jamming. Really nice because jamming is perfect, because swinging into your opponent's security without having to worry about losing your Mon to a Digimon battle is really good. Next, we do have Dark Tyrannomon because lose 2 memory and it's a blocker. Next, we do have reboot for our Metal Greymon. For the fact of the matter is, being able to give Greymon jamming is just so good. While this Digimon also has the inheritable reboot, it gains security +1. While this, it's really nice because again, checking couple security, especially with jamming, just really devastating. Next, we have War Mumsymon for quick evolutions. Next, we do play Black MetalGarurumon. Because it has reboot, it also another valid target. But while this Digimon has reboot, it gets +2000 DP. Again, giving our MetalGarurumon an option to be a little bit bigger to get through things really does help out. MetalGarurumon gives our Digimon blocker. Really solid card, very techable card, because being able to have a Mega with blocker is just really. Next, we have Ridemyavatar. For the fact of the matter is, he is a 2-cost evolution to turbo into the Omnimons. MetalGarurumon is, again, like I mentioned in the other deck profile, really good because when Digivolving Digiburst 2, you delete one of your opponent's Digimon with play cost 6 or less, basically delete a blocker or a rookie or anything like that. But if you didn't delete anything, which that's what you're hoping to do, is trash one of their opponent's security stacks, being able to take out stuff, especially in the early game, because if you can't delete their stuff and they play a TK or something like that, just getting your Mon out there quick enough, they're going to be really upset because all you have to have is a Numamon and then Umzimon, and then boom, right into MetalGarurumon, Digiburst 2, and their field isn't open enough to do anything. They lose the security without even having to attack. Next, we have Blitzgreymon in here to de-digivolve our opponent's Digimon by 2, and it has piercing. Be able to, if you're facing against a mirror match or a big blocker deck, it's just a big thing to just be able to pierce through a few of them. So we have Omnimon Zerwart. So when digivolving, trash the top 3 cards of your deck, then play up to 2 black or purple Digimon that have a play cost 8 or less from the trash without paying their memory cost. When attacking, you may return 1 level 6 Digimon card from the Digievolution card to your hand. Delete one of our opponent's Digimon with play cost 12 or less. Pretty much kill a Mega. They could have easily just said, kill a Mega, call it a day. Because again, most Digimon in the Mega category fit this. But again, that's why they kind of do that. But again, being able to spam back in MegaDramon, you can Digivolve, or MetalGarurumon, or Warmumzimon, or MetalGreymon is just really nice to do. So again, being able to play them back out and just be able to Digivolve on top of it for cheap is a really good thing. Next, we do have Digimon Omnimon Zerwart Defeat. Security, this the attacking Digimon that does not battle this security Digimon, play this card without paying its memory cost. Again, we want to see him in the security, but if we don't, we can Digivolve on top of them for 3, and that can be really devastation because when Digivolving, delete one of your opponent's Tamers, and that's a big thing because, again, that shuts off their resetting memories, and on deletion, delete one of your opponent's Digimon. It's just a really powerful card. Next, we do play Mega Digimon Fusion, being able to take a level 6 and turn it into a level 7 by reducing its play cost by 6. At the end of battle, returning that Digimon to the owner's deck is really good at the end of the day. And that's all that really is for, just to return our stuff. Next, we do have Izzy. Izzy is really nice because start of your turn, it's the memory resetter, but on play, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. If they're all black, gain 1 memory. Place the cards on the top of your deck in any order. Especially playing this early and you get all black, that 4 costs now gives them only a 3 cost. Again, really good. Next is Tai Kamiya and Matt Ishida. At the start of your turn, your opponent's level 6 or higher Digimon, you gain 2 memory, and your turn with Omnimon in its name gain security plus 1. So again, that's why we are playing Zerwarts and defeats. They're going to have extra security attacks and swinging in. The odds of them dying are pretty slim because of how powerful they are. Next, let's bring in big blockers. Again, we like our big blockers. Big blockers is really interesting. We do have Diaboromon in here because if we're at level 7, we gain 1 memory, which we will be at more than enough because we are pretty much blocking and gaining inheritable blockers. Just so they're really big, we like that. Next, we have Diaboromon for while this Digimon has blocker, gain 1000. Because we are playing a blocker deck, we want to have focus on that. Katsumon's in here because it is a little bit stronger. You, when attacking, lose 2 memory. But again, it's a 3 DP, gonna block out everything of the lower end, especially against Rookie Rush. Again, Toy Agumon's in here for the reboot because reboot is nasty. We have Garurumon in here to make our Digimon bigger. We like to have our Digimon bigger. Next, we do have Tankdramon because of the fact of the matter is 1 cost evolutions are really nice. Next, we have MetalGarurumon. So it is a blocker, but your turn, this Digimon cannot attack But opponent's turn. When this Digimon deletes an opponent's Digimon in battle and survives, unsuspend it. Again, against Rookie Rush, this card literally shuts them down. The 6k DP literally sits there, goes, you swinging? Okay, block, 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 block. Doesn't matter. Their mons are being lost. Again, if they digivolve into a 6k, you'll just let the 6k just walk. And this card will just block every little guy known to man. Again, Rookie Rush fears this card. Next, we do have Shademon because it's such an amazing blocker. At security, at the end of battle, play this card without paying its memory cost. Blocker. When this Digimon attacks, you may suspend this Digimon to force your opponent to attack instead. Attack this Digimon. Again, that's just blocker's thing, but it cannot attack. But again, it's a great security Digimon, being able to drop in and go like, hey guys, I came out from the security, now I can block you. So again, this card is like a surprise you can't kill me card. Next, we do play Dark Tyrannomon because of the fact of the matter, it's blocker. Next, we do play our Go-Go-Go-Mom because it has Digiburst 1. One of our Digimon gets plus 2000 until the end of your opponent's next turn. Again, making our blockers really big to be able to take on a big guy is super important. But it also, all turns, it gives 1000 DP. So if you Digivolve, choose itself, and then Digivolve on top of it, now your, let's say, big guys with blockers don't matter as much because now you don't have to worry about their megas and stuff like that just coming in trying to clear your board. Next, War Mumsymon is in here for the fact of the matter is War Mum. It's just so good for a 2-cost evolution, you know? Next, we have MetalGarurumon. Giving our Digimon inheritable blocker is really good. Again, really powerful, giving inheritables to our big guys. Next, we do have Ragnalordmon with blocker. Again, in here to give our level 7s blocker. Next, we have Ragnalordmon. Because this Digimon will prevent most of yellow security minus the minusing DP thing, that Eden's Javelin is the only card that's going to affect this deck. So again, being able to swing into your opponent's security stack with only having to worry about small things is just super good. I'm not even lying. Ragnalordmon is just really good. Your Digimon with blocker can't be deleted by your opponent's effect. Again, minus DP is the only exception to this, but again, it's not bad. Next, we do play Bancho Golemon. So it has blocker, of course, but your opponent's turn, while your opponent has 3 or more Digimon in play, this Digimon gets 3000 DP. It's a 14k blocker, and again, if you have Garurumon underneath it, it becomes a 15k blocker. And again, that gets around so many things. Then we have Alter S in here to wipe Rookie Rush boards that think they're funny, and that they think they're going to get through this deck. Again, and also being able to return a level 6 to hand is just really nice, and especially since we can put and make it blocker, so Ragnalordmon helps prevent its death. Next, we do have Omnimon Zort Defeat, because again, Zort Defeat is just too good in this format. The attacking Digimon does not battle this Digimon. Again, play it without paying its memory cost, and when Digivolving, delete one of your opponent's tamers. Again, being able to get rid of their memory resetters are super important. And then on deletion, delete one of their Digimon. So again, they're not going to swing into this because they know they're going to lose their big guy. So again, Zort is just like that. Tuck block card. So next we have Izzy. So start of your turn, if you have 2 or less memories, set it to 3. Reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. If they're all black, gain 1 memory and place them on top of your deck. Order. Next, we do play Takumi Aruba. So again, main Cyber Sleuth player. So when you Digivolve, you may suspend this tamer to trigger draw 1. All level 3 Digimon gain when attacking lose 1 memory. You can get 2 of this guy out, and I'm not joking, 2 of this guy out. They're losing 2 memory just for 1 swing. They're not going to risk it. Because again, that means only 1 attack when they have to go wide, and they can't afford to risk that. So definitely play that. Your advantage. We also play Tai Kamiya and Matt Ishida in this deck, so start of your turn if they have a level 6 or higher, gain 2 memory. Again, really nice. And when your Omnimon in its name gains security plus attack. So again, that's why our guys are here. They're just really good. And on to Diaboromon deck. So again, we have what's probably one of my favorite black decks to come out in BT-5 is this Diaboromon deck. So Tsurimon's in here while you have another Digimon in play with the same name as this Digimon. This gets plus 2,000 DP. Really powerful skill. Being able to plus on our DP is just so good. We like that. Having extra damage when we swing in, especially since our Diaboromons are at 11Ks, it's just really nice. Next, we have Tsurimon for when attacking. Once per turn, if the Digimon is unidentified type, draw one card. Again, really good skill, drawing, plussing. But again, we only want it at 1 because we don't. This is the better card because we need our Diaboromon to be bigger. Ragnalordmon is in here for the 2 cost. Just on play. You could play the Garurumon that matters, that gives 1,000 DP as inheritable. But again, there's just not enough viable targets for this card. I really don't justify the promo. I don't. The card, you don't need it. It really doesn't add any value. Next, we have Garurumon. So while you are playing another Digimon with the same name as this Digimon, you're gonna draw +1. Again, token generation with our Diaboromons will plus us so much advantage, especially if we have a couple of these on board with a Diaboromon on them. So next, we do have Garurumon. So on play, reveal the top 5 cards of your deck. Add 1 Digimon card with unidentified type in its type, and 1 Atara Senda Tamer card from among them to your hand. Place the remaining cards at the bottom of the deck in any order. Sorry I'm butchering his name, but I'm gonna butcher it. Next, we have Kurosaurimon. So again, when you play another Digimon with the same name as this Digimon, gain 1 memory. So when you're playing another Digimon with the same name as this, gain 1 memory. Is really nice because the fact is we are going to produce tokens, and our cards that can produce an extra token can come down to being almost free if we can get them wide enough. So next is Kurosaurimon. So again, from the BT-5 set, when digivolving, if you don't have a Tara Sundan card in play, you can play 1 from your hand without paying its memory cost. Really nice being able to play a free tamer. And then your turn, all your other Digimon with the same name as this Digimon gains Rush. Loving the Rush. Being able to produce a bunch of tokens in 1 turn and then just swing in because the tokens don't care if they die is just really good. Next, we have Shademon. So security at the end of the battle without playing its memory cost is really nice. And then blocker. And this Digimon can't attack, but that's fine because it is an unidentified. It can be played for searched out through our Garurumon, and that's really nice. Next, we do play this Infernmon. The reason why we play this Infernmon is to make it so our Diaboromons are now 2 costs to digivolve. Because again, your turn, when this Digimon digivolves into Diaboromon in your hand, reduce the memory cost by 1. Again, being able to sheath him in for cheaper does help out in the long run, and we like that. Next, we do have Mumsymon. The same thing why we play Infernmon is just a 2 cost evolution, but we also play this Infernmon. It's really nice because I like it. If your Garurumon can digivolve into this card in your hand for a memory cost 4, ignoring this card's Digievolution requirements, play 1 Diaboromon token without paying its memory cost. Diaboromon tokens are level 6 white Digimon with a memory cost of 14, 3000 DP, and are mega unidentified types and unknown attribute. You can't digivolve on tokens, just giving you a heads up on that. Next, we do play the Diaboromon from the tournament pack. Again, you could play the other Diaboromon that produces a token when it swings, and then it can have a preventative protection, and that's another option. So your Digimon, for each Diaboromon you have in play, this Digimon gets security +1. It's really nice because it is a 3 cost, and it is black. So again, it's searchable with certain cards. Next, we do have the new Diaboromon. When digivolving, you may play 1 Diaboromon token without paying its memory cost, which is we like. Being able to now have 2-for-1 deals is just super good. And next, we do play Armageddonmon. This card really does help out. This can create game-winning situations because when playing this Digimon from hand, you may delete 1 of your other Diaboromons to reduce the play cost by 12. It comes in for 3. Again, you're supposed to sack a token after it swings in. If it survives, and I mean, if it survives, this thing comes in, swings in, and your opponent is probably dead after that point. All turns, all level 7s do not activate when digivolving effects. And shutting off when digivolving is super good, especially because it is an anti card. Next is this card, Catastrophe Cannon. So trigger D-Digivolution on one of your opponent's Digimon. Again, D-Digivolution by 2 is really nice because then trash 2 cards from the top of one of your opponent's Digimon. If it has no Digi-Evolution cards or becomes a level 3, you cannot trash any more cards. Then if you have a Diaboromon in play, you may play one Diaboromon token without paying its memory cost. Again, really nice because then we can trigger our stuff and it's a 4-cost spell. Just option, really nice. Next we have Ultimate Flare. So triggering D-Digivolution 3 on one of your opponent's Digimon, dropping it down. You can probably get it close enough to being a level 3. So again, what's really nice, if delete all your opponent's Digimon with play cost 3 or less. Really powerful skill, I'm not joking. Being able to clear a board with this is just nasty. Next we have Atara. So again, start of your turn, if you have a Digimon with unidentified in its type in your trash, gain 1 memory. Your turn, when you Digivolve your Digimon into Diaboromon, you may spend this tamer to play 1 token. Again, this is where the Kisurimon comes in because again, he's going to produce free tokens for us, and it's just really nice to be able to produce free tokens. And that's that. Next, let's talk about the D-Brigade deck. D-Brigade is a really interesting deck. So first off, we have Machinimon. So while this Digimon has D-Brigade in its type, it gains 1000 DP. Cute. Caporimon is Caporimon. While this Digimon has blocker, it gains 1000 DP. Really good. Commandramon is Commandramon for 2-cost play. Again, Commandramon is also on deletion. Reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. You may play 1 Commandramon from among them without paying its memory cost. Place the remaining cards at the bottom of the deck of any order. Again, he's going to recycle himself. We have 16 total Commandramon. So blocker Commandramon is just there just so we hopefully hit it with this. Next, we do have Commandramon 4-drop at a 5000 DP. Then we have Slashstramon, so blocker. When attacking, lose 2 memory. Of course, it's just a fancy blocker for 2-cost evolution. Next, we do play this Makurumon because again, being able to block our opponent's Digimon, and if it deletes it and it survives in battle and survives, unsuspend this Digimon. Congratulations, we just have a restanding Mon. Shademon is just really nice. At the end of the battle, this unit can of the security, this comes into play without paying its memory cost. Really nice. Cheating it in, having a blocker, can attack, but whatever. We have MetalGarurumon. So reboot, and then when Digivolve, return 1 level 7 Digimon with virus attribute from your trash to your hand. Again, we're going to be targeting these Omnimons just for that case, or we're going to be targeting our Darkdramon to come back. Next, we have Tankdramon in here. So when one of your other Digimon with D-Brigade in its type is deleted, reveal the top 2 cards of your deck, play 1 Commandramon among them without paying its memory cost, place the remaining cards at the bottom of the deck in any order. Being able to reveal the top and play a Commandramon 1-for-1ing your stuff is really nice. Again, Ragnalorumon's in here for the reboot, but it's also in here for when Digivolving. Reveal the top card of each of your deck for each Digimon, and then play 1 black or red Digimon. We're playing a black Digimon out of this with a level 5 or less among them without paying its memory cost. Again, we're just trying to cheat in nice stuff. Darkdramon's in here for the rush, but it's also when you play, return up to 5 D-Brigade type Digimon cards from the trash to the top of your deck in any order, gain 2 memory for each card returned this way. Again, restacking your deck, refilling your deck, especially when you're about to lose, it's just really nasty. Alter S is in here to clear those annoying little rookie rush boards and wide boards. Zawart Defeat is in here for when Digivolving, trash the top 3 cards of your deck, and then play a level 2 black or purple Digimon that has a play cost 8 or less from your trash without playing their memory. Again, we're going to be playing Tankdramons out of this deal, or we're going to be playing our Meramons just to get us to our ultimates. Just really nice. We like that kind of stuff. Again, what else can we do but think? When attacking, you may return 1 level 6 card from your Digimon's Digi-Evolution cards to your hand. Delete one of your opponent's unsuspended Digimon, and that has a play cost 12 or less. Next, we do play Zawart Defeat because, again, if it gets revealed in security, but it's also deleting our opponent's Tamer, and on deletion, delete one of our opponent's Digimon. Next, we do play Ultimate Flare, triggering Digi-Evolution 3, and then clearing a rookie board is just nasty. Because, again, all play cost 3 or less. Next, we do have Izzy. For the fact is, Izzy can help us stack our top of our deck if all are revealed are black, which we can do this at any time. We gain 1 memory out of this deal, becoming a 3-cost tamer. And then we do play the ties, because if our opponent gets big, then our Omnimons get big. And that's our goal, is to have big Omnimons with swinging securities attack. So guys, hopefully you like these videos, and remember to like, comment, subscribe, and vote on that poll, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace!